Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video, and this is a paid request for Vonte. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, movie review, re-review, thought streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour or full playthrough, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a Cash App as well. The links are down below, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. It'll be for pretty much any type of video, so thank you for that. And Vonte wanted me to talk about Battlefield Earth, which, as Obi-Wan Kenobi would say, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. And excuse the background noise, it's the middle of nowhere, so you'll find cats meowing and roosters blaring their fucking horns, but maybe some Animal Farm protest over this fucking movie, which I wouldn't blame them because this is one of those movies that should be protested. Or just, the making of this film would be so much more interesting than the film itself. Because yes, of course, Battlefield Earth fucking sucks. Now, I can see some people may be enjoying this and it's so bad it's good, so goofy, it's laughable type of way. So, it's a horrible movie. But, does it make me mad? No, it was more of just, can't believe this type of thing. But insulting, I'm more insulted by the Hitcher remake or the Jacob's Ladder or Nightmare on Elm Street remakes. Remakes of those classic films. I'm more insulted by Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem and Michael Bay's produced Ninja Turtle. I'm more insulted by Alien 3. I'm more insulted by a lot of other movies. But this, so this is based on a book. I never read the book, but I know the book is heavily based on Scientology. Now, the Scientology theme, I don't get. Hell, I barely understand it, but I know Tom Cruise, John Travolta, they're heavily into it. The way people describe it sounds more like a cult, where they, I don't know. It sounds weird to me. But for a while, this book could not get made. John Travolta, I just wanted to do it back then in the 80s, but he was having box office flops. Perfect with him and Jamie Lee Curtis. There was the film he did with Olivia Newton-John. I forget what it was called. It was the one way after Grease. That didn't do well. And, he did Look Who's Talking. That was a hit, but get the guy from Look Who's Talking to be in this supposedly big budget Star Wars type of sci-fi blockbuster. But after Pulp Fiction, he had hits with films like Face Off, The General's Daughter, and it's like, okay, maybe we'll take a chance on this. Now, at one point it was going to be with Fox 2000. That didn't work out, so we went to Franchise Pictures. Now, apparently there was a lot of shenanigans going on where there was a lawsuit after the film because they said that the film cost $75 million. That was horseshit. If you watch the film, you could tell with the effects they have, it's not $75 million. Then really it was $44 million. So they lied about the budget. Sounds familiar. They do that today. Disney does that today because Captain America Brave New World did not cost $180 million. It cost like double that. But they're lying about the numbers because if it costs this much and it's making this little, it's the truth. But they don't want the truth to be out there because they want to save face and save their sorry asses. But there's no one bigger enough to go after them and call them out officially. Here there were, as well, wait a minute. You said $75 million. It really cost $44 million. I don't know the details about the line, if it's like to steal money, to launder money. It could be all of those things. That's what I mean. The making of this and the aftermath will be so much more interesting than the movie itself. Now, of that $44 million, there's some people that say, I think even Barry Pepper one time said, who stars in the film, that of that 40-some million, half of it went to John Travolta. If that's the case, then you only have like 20-some million to make the film. It didn't matter what the budget was because it only made 21 million in the U.S. Worldwide, 29 million. That's a flop no matter how you cut it. And Roger Christian seemed like a weird choice for director because you look at the films he directed. He directed the Sam Elliott bomb disposal movie, The Final Cut. A film that I wish was better than it was. That's a film that I was disappointed in. I thought it could have been a lot better because I liked the plot, the idea. I like Sam Elliott, but yeah, that disappointing. Masterminds. Like really, the movie about the kid at school that's a wannabe diehard, but kid friendly, and Patrick Stewart is your villain. That's who you get to do the supposedly big budget Star Wars type of blockbuster. Well, he did second unit on Return of the Jedi. That's why he got hired. Well, he worked on Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. It must be. Yeah, second unit. Now, the film stars John Travolta. At first, he was going to play the hero, especially in the 80s. But he felt he was too old. And granted, I mean, you don't need a young person to be a hero in the movie. It could very well, like, that's the thing, it could have very well been a hero, a lead where he's lived in this place for a while and he's cautious about the world and like you just have to rework the script, but heroes doesn't have to be a young guy. I don't know why that has to be the prevalency. Obviously not the case because hell, how many superheroes films came out? Iron Man and stuff, where the guy was definitely not a teen. Iron Man, Thor, I mean, I wouldn't call them teen, whatever. So he wants to be the bad guy now. The bad guys look like Rob Zombie cosplayers with anal beads stuck to their faces and dreadlocks. I mean, again, if people want to cosplay as Rob Zombie and put a bunch of anal beads around their nose, you get these aliens called the Psychlos. More like the suckers. Like, you did it, sucker. And then suck each other off. The aliens look goofy as shit. The budget. I mean, if it really was 44 and then half of it went to John Travolta, $20 million, I could see it. I could buy it. The plot, it takes place in 3000 AD. The world has been taken over by these aliens called the Psychlos. Barry Pepper, who honestly is one of the decent things in the film because he's doing what he can with what he's given. And I like Barry Pepper as an actor. It's not his fault. He got the short end of the shit stick out of this situation. Just again, considering all that's involved with this, Barry Pepper is trying. He deserved a much better movie to star in. A much better movie. And it's a shame because Barry Pepper, I mean, he was in Saving Private Ryan, supporting role, but I can't think of another movie he did that he starred in. There might have been one, but few and far in between. And that's a damn shame. Because again, I think he's actually a pretty decent actor. But he has his loved one and his group of people, and they hear these stories of these demons, and they're kind of acting like cavemen in a way, but not quite. So one day he goes out to search for these demons. He comes across some other people. Tim Coates, good character actor. They eventually get into the city, which are just complete ruins. And eventually they get shot at, they get captured, and they're brought to the Psychlos. Other people in the film, Forest Whitaker, who's another Psychlo alien. Kelly Preston, may she rest in peace, who was John Travolta's wife. She has a bit role as his alien. You probably remember the scene where she has the big Gene Simmons type of ton. Richard Tyson, I forgot he was in this. The bad guy from Kindergarten Cop, he's in this as one of the guys that helps Barry Pepper, and he's one of the guys that trains his men to fly Harrier jets, because apparently if you these wannabe cavemen can just go into a flight simulator and train to fly Harrier jets in a matter of days. In a matter of days, you go from... The Encino Man was more realistic than this movie. Like, what the fuck? I mean, that's the thing, is not just the script, which I'm sure for the writers of the film, I guarantee you the script was rewritten and rewritten and rewritten. That happens a lot with scripts, with this type of thing. But it's not just that, just the way it's directed. Like, for example, I have no idea why the guy said have every other scene be on a tilt, a Dutch angle. Now, I remember reading that he said, well, wanted people to think of a comic book. I don't even remember reading that many comic books where every other fucking panel was a Dutch tilt angle. I don't know what comic books he read, but I read a bunch of comics back in the day, and they didn't all like have everything's on a tilt. So what the hell is he talking about? Like, every other scene is people here, or here, or here, or here. Like, you could just fall asleep watching it, and you'd be fine. But then when it goes the other way, you're like, oh, I'm fucked. Go back, go back. Oh, thank you. It just gets so annoying where you have to train your fucking neck to watch your damn movie. This movie needs a chiropractor to straighten it out. And it's an ugly looking film too. I mean, there are times it's kind of trying to look like, I don't know, a music video. Like the first time the Barry Pepper sees the Psychlos, he's running away. And there's certain parts of the area where there's like green and like super slow-mo. And then when he gets hit, he crashes through like 8 plates of glass. It just comes off more sillier than it should. Like I said, the aliens, it's a goofy design. They're not intimidating. It's campy looking. If you were going for a campy appeal on purpose, it would be successful, but it's not. I mean, hell, if you made them big... You know what? In a way, if you ripped off the Predator, where you make them bigger... and you just keep like a gas mask, like a creepy looking gas mask on, since apparently some parts of this atmosphere is sickly to them. That could maybe work out for the better, to be more intimidating look and appeal to the villain. And the story, the script is dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. When I first saw this, I'm sitting there going, what in the fuck? Because apparently these aliens love their gold. What the fuck do aliens need gold for? I don't know. I mean, they conquer this world. I mean... Seems all they do is conquer and shit. But I guess they love gold just as much as humans love gold. That was always a weird thing. They always want the gold. Sounds like a shitty plot for a 1950s movie. Sci-fi movie. And they're dumb and they're so stupid. You wonder how they invaded us successfully in the first fucking place. They'll look at pictures of dogs and they think that dogs were the superior species, but yep, they couldn't do manual labor. And I'm sitting there going, you really, with all this technology, you can't look at. You have a fucking learning machine. I think you could, like, use the learning machine. Like, you have a learning machine for a reason. Learn a little bit, and then you would know the shit. Because they took over these other aliens, and they built this learning machine, and you think you want to use a little bit for yourself, too. So what's happening with John Travolta's character? He's like the head of security, however you want to put it, and he wants desperately off Earth. But they go, nope, fuck off. You slept with this senator's daughter. I know you're only supposed to be here for a short time, but now you're here forever. 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 His second in command is Forest Whitaker. Which, Forest Whitaker is trying. He's trying with the fucking role he has, playing this big dunce of a character. But these aliens so dumb as fuck, where John Travolta's plan is to get this gold, mine this gold, and then he's going to have the humans dig it up. Then he's going to have the stuff where if the commanding officer screws around with him, it'll let it be known that, hey, you're the one that said these humans should mine this stuff. We're going to get this money. We're going to go over there and kind of either retire, buy myself into wherever he wants to do with his gold. He set up Forest Whitaker as a patsy in case the guy screws him over and everything else. So in order to mine this gold, he say, well, these guys need to learn a bit of what to do and also learn how to fly. So I'm going to put Barry Pepper into this learning machine. It makes you smarter. And I'm not going to supervise. This is not like, okay, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. I'm going to tell you what you need to learn. I'm going to control what information will make you smarter. No, puts him in the chair and just leaves. Make like a tree and get out of here. And you think, okay, maybe it's not the brightest idea to make your enemy smarter and smarter and smarter and be unsupervised. I'm just saying that might be a little bit of a uncertainty. And then he starts teaching the others, and he starts learning more and more. And there are times where, like, the other guys come in and watch him, and nobody is supervising them. Hell, what's to stop Barry Pepper from grabbing them and putting each of them in the learning machine? Like, no one's watching him. There are times earlier on where he tries to escape, and he's running through, and these Psychlos are just watching him. Watching this human run in between them. I'm like, you don't try to grab him? Try to get him? So Barry Pepper starts teaching other people a plan of what to do, what not to do. The mining of the gold, I guess the area is toxic, so John Travolta says we'll be watching you, but Barry Pepper goes, okay, we're going to have half the people pretend like they're mining, and the other half we're going to sneak off, which they barely do any stealth or sneaking. They just kind of walk away and say, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this. And you're taught how to fucking fly the goddamn... Why don't you just have a couple aliens who's in on the plot? I guarantee you there would be some who'd be greedy enough to have the gold. wear their gas mask, you fly them where you need to go. You have guns, you watch them, so they don't fuck around. Because you fuck around, you find out. If these aliens had a semblance of intelligence, none of this would happen. But they're the dumbest aliens in movie history. So with like nobody around to watch them, the other half just walk off, and they go to Fort Knox, and there's you take the gold from there. They go to another place where all these jets just happen to be there, and I'm sitting there going, why are these jets just here? Did no one fly these to try to fight the aliens in the alien invasion? There's like a dozen fucking Harrier jets. We'll just leave them there. Why did no one go into these to fight the aliens? Did they forget they were there, these jets? And by being into flights... Oh, listen. If I'm in a flight simulator, within 1 week, I'm still not going to know how to fly a fucking Harrier jet and shoot missiles and shit. I think it takes a bit longer than that. But apparently not for this. So at the end, you have these wannabe cavemen flying jets. And everything's still in a goddamn Dutch angle, a tilt. And Travolta is tamping it up. I mean, you can maybe laugh at his performance. And they're meme-worthy. When you tried to spell your name, I was groomed to conquer galaxies. Or they're trying to think, what are the humans' favorite food? So they let them out to find food. Finding whatever's out there in the wasteland does not equal their favorite food. There's no food out there, so they find a rat. So then they think a rat is their favorite food. I'm sitting there going, how the fuck how does A go to B for these folks? They're desperate to find anything to eat. They find something. Well, that must be their favorite food. By the way, you have a fucking learning machine. Just go in and go, what's their favorite food? Okay, goodbye. Instead of letting them go and find it. I'm going to sit in this chair. Okay, tell me what's their favorite food. Okay. The favorite food is this. I'm in the midst of it. His wife, I'll call it, I don't know, girlfriend, wife. I'll just say his wife. Barry Pepper, his wife goes out searching for him. She gets caught. Part of the plan is to get the aliens in the dome, then blow the dome, and then they'll get suffocated and stuff. Also, they did a bomb. And they're going to have one person transport the bomb because of their atmosphere. The detonation of this one bomb will destroy their entire planet. Very convenient. And they let the plan fly. And the action scenes was just not that enchanting because of the production value and... this guy's not an action director. And just everything just felt off. I did the look of the aliens, the way certain scenes are edited, the guns, where it's like guns but it's 2 barrels, there's like a weird way of holding it. At least for the humans, they hold it on both hands and there's 2 barrels. And it just looks awkward. I can't remember a damn thing about the musical score. Spoilers. They succeed. The dome is halfway broken. Tim Coates crashes a plane in there. Takes his damn bazooka, blows it right in front of him. to shatter the dome so it falls apart. The one guy who his brother such were killed, he says, I will be the guy to take the bomb to the Psychlo homeworld. He does. Detonates, blows everything up. And there's not really a fight between Barry Pepper and John Travolta. It's just Travolta's tears smacked him around. Earlier, Travolta had this collar on Barry Pepper's wife, so he took the collar and put it on Travolta's arm, blows it off. And apparently, with these aliens, if they get their arms blown off, they don't feel it. Because it happened to Forest Whitaker at one point, it happened to Travolta here. They feel no pain or anything. And then it ends with the resistance, which I'm sitting there going, there's probably more aliens around the world, not just this one city. Because the way they talk as if there's not more of Earth that we need to win over, because I'm sure the aliens are all over the world. The way he goes is, well, if they come for us, we'll let them know that you... Maybe that's what Barry Pepper's trying... I don't know. I'm like trying to figure this movie as I'm fucking talking to you guys. So it doesn't fucking matter. Travolta's locked in a cage and a room full of gold. Forest Whitaker, he decides to work with the humans since their world has been destroyed, and but then I'm saying that there's probably still a shitload of aliens here on Earth, in other places of the globe. Which I guess the book, this only covered half of the book. I can only imagine the second half of the book was them going around the Earth and cleaning stuff up. I can only imagine. This is a film that is just, you could make fun of and you could laugh at in a variety of ways. Even like Barry Pepper, he's trying, but there's the scene where he's supposed to be rousing the troops and we took this one chance. And he was trying to say, like, we're going to fight for our country and fought. But the way it comes out is like fart. Because you watch the scene, it seems like he goes, we took this one chance and fart. It's supposed to be fought, but it comes out as fart. Yeah, you did. They just, yeah. I mean, the movie did take this one chance and it farted itself out of existence. And just everything, from the production value that you go, where did this money, to the overacting campiness of Travolta, because again the goofy alien designs, the idiotic plot, whether it be about aliens wanting gold, whether it be about them purposely letting your enemies get smarter and smarter and smarter and not supervising, not thinking this could bite you on the ass, to, yeah, we don't put them to mind, but we're not going to really watch them that much and that harshly, to everything between. It just, to the way it's shot, it's a cataclysm of clusterfucks. And no wonder this film got lambasted so much. No wonder this film got belittled so much. Now, Roger Christian said that sometime after, George Lucas and Quentin Tarantino came up to him and said they liked it. Part of me just goes, why? But, I mean, who knows? I mean, Lucas is the same guy that wanted to destroy the original versions of Star Wars and say his special editions are the only ones that matter. I may not like Disney Star Wars at all, but I don't give George Lucas the benefit of the doubt either, because he did some stupid shit as well. Quentin Tarantino, I get so damn confused by him. Because I look at the films he makes, but then he wants to say that the 80s is one of the worst decades of all time. And I know, like, the Lone Ranger was in, like, a top. I'm like, what? I think he's one of the people that praised Exorcist 2. Now, did I understand you have opinions that are not popular. I have many of those as well. I'm not big on the first Exorcist. I think the only good one to me is the third one. But I think Tarantino should know better. Even I don't fucking like Battlefield Earth. Like, what is there to like? There you go. And he called Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade boring. So, like, dude, you think Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is boring, but you like Battlefield Earth? The fuck? I don't think he was big on Drive either, with Ryan Gosling. I'm like, Tarantino just, I don't know, is like, I guess maybe he's like me. Like, you never know what to expect from him. Just like me. So maybe that's the thing. But yeah, this movie, there's action figures and merchandise for this film. The Razzies, like the bad version of well, the Academy Awards are the bad version, so, but the ones that roast and give out the worst movies of the year awards, this sweeped it. Barry Pepper, I think, got one, but I don't think he deserves it. It's not Barry Pepper's fault. Again, for all the shit show around him, I think Barry Pepper is doing what he can. Tim Coates is doing what he can. Trying to have fun with the role, where it's like, piece of tape, piece of tape, piece of tape, 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 piece of tape. He's trying to have fun, but he just... These guys can't win with all the BS around them. Kelly Preston, like I said, may she rest in peace. She has, like, one scene seducing Travolta, and again has this big, like, big CGI in there. And yeah, I'm sure people could enjoy this in a goofy, so bad it's funny movie. I'm sure with a group of people, this would be fun to watch. But it's a very bad film. Just at like a 2.79 to be, it deserves it. And a monumental disaster. So, but really fascinating. Just how it exists, if that makes sense. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.